right, we'll do. I thought we wouldn't make 8:40, but we're still a little short. So, one more question.
I'm very concerned about the fact that our attention is on the healthcare bill, cap and trade, all of these questions that have been asked tonight. And in my mind, I'm very aware that the president has recently allowed Hamas, people from Hamas, into the United States, where we're going to feed them, clothe them, shelter them from now on. I don't know whether they're terrorists in that group. I'm concerned about the fact that I know 2 congressmen have taken their oath of office in Congress on the Quran. I'm aware that in a state where, I think it is Governor Pawlenty has changed his law to allow Muslims to have their home mortgages allowed without interest. I believe I'm right about this. What I'm saying is, I want to know what Congress will do, and I'm not a discriminatory person. I don't discriminate against these religions, but I've read enough about, I've read the Quran, read enough about terrorism to realize that we've got them right here in the United States. And we're overwhelmed with so many other issues that I'm wondering, what can be done? Are those mosques and schools going up in this country really safe places where they educate children against us?
Lily, you got a couple of questions here. Obviously, it is the government's responsibility to protect its citizens. So we can't just say, come on, terrorists, hop in, this is America, we got some money for you, come on. We obviously have to take substantive measures to prevent anybody who is trying to attack our nation. But within our nation, there is substantial diversity. And there are a couple of issues that you brought up. I mean, the Muslim faith, as I understand it, does not permit borrowing with interest. So getting a mortgage for a Muslim family is a very difficult thing, and it requires some convolutions. The fact is, should we accommodate people of that faith who are also Americans? There's where you get into the issue. The 2 members of Congress who are of the Muslim faith but have taken the oath of office have used their holy scriptures as some sort of a prop, but what they have done is they have sworn to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States. And anybody who has done that and is willing to stand behind that oath is an American, is a friend of mine. So the thing we have to do is differentiate between those trying to attack us and those who are adding to the diversity of our nation, which really, frankly, makes us a better place. That's the government's job. That's what we have to do.
William, thank you very much for that question. Rhode Island was founded based on religious freedom. And I think that we need to understand that there is a differentiation between certainly the Muslim faith and radical Islam. And we need to also recognize that we are in a war with radical Islam, with jihadists. And we have to stop treating this like a criminal matter. And I think what happens frequently is that we're trying to treat this like a law enforcement issue. And it's not. We're at war with these people. They are bent on our total destruction. Regards to your other comments about the congressman being sworn in, I agree with Mark. If they're Americans and they've sworn to take an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and that's their religious faith that they use to affirm that oath, they're okay with me, and that's fine, because that's what we need. We need to make sure that they stay true to that oath to uphold and defend and support the Constitution of the United States. Thank you very much.
In actuality, nobody's required to swear an oath on the Bible. You just do an oath or affirmation. I would use the Bible, being perfectly comfortable with that, but nobody actually has to swear on the Bible. They make an oath or affirmation. As Mark said, that they chose to use the Quran, and that's their holy book. That's how they made their oath. As far as letting people in, you said from Hamas. If they let card-carrying members of Hamas, swearing death to the American Satan into the country, that's obviously a mistake. If they let people in who want to get out of a refugee camp or a terrible place to live and want to come to this country and have appropriate sponsorship, then, and they otherwise qualified under immigration law, then, you know, that's, so be it. You know, one of the things about living in a free republic is we all have to have a certain amount of courage. I remember there was an Islamic man who was shot by a fusillade unleashed by 14 police officers in New York because he was going for his wallet. And my feeling was, you know, officers, there were 14 of you, and maybe you thought he was going for his gun, but there's 14 of you. Some of you were maybe wearing body armor. Did all of you feel so afraid that you had to make sure he was dead before there was even a chance you got hit? We have to have some level of courage. You know, Andy Griffith, I think Andy Griffith on, you know, when he growing up, you know, Mayberry, Andy Griffith, he was the kind of guy who wouldn't have been shot yet. Andy Griffith would have maybe taken a bullet in the leg before he shot somebody who was just going for the bullet. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain kind of courage that we have to have as Americans. Because we are free Americans, we do want a free country. We can't just indulge ourselves in every fear and blow it up until we don't even recognize ourselves anymore. Thank you.
That concludes session 2. Thank you, gentlemen, very much.